Good afternoon, everybody. Please, before we start, let's like, comment, and subscribe and, support the channel. Let's grow the channel. So today we will be talking about why the family needs dads to be present. So, as we know, for the past couple decades, there's been a decline with fathers being present in a household. Most households in minority communities and families, they're run by single parent households. And we could see the effects with kids in school. That's the number one place you could see the effects. Kids in the community, kids in school, there's a lot of behavioral issues, lack of parental support at parent teacher conferences, baseball games, basketball games, football games. We can see this in present day society. Additionally, we can see that with the incarceration rate. A lot of young youth, black and Spanish, brown, whatever you want to call it, minorities were involved in the legal system at an alarming rate. And we're just going to talk about the presence of a father or a father figure being around. In the home is very important. Like we always say, the father usually is the one that implements the rules, guidelines, and the foundation of the household. He gives order, structure, and discipline. And now let's talk about the schooling systems. If you look, there aren't a lot of male figures in the schooling system. The schooling system, which people might refer to as modern day babysitting for kids, there's usually a female presence involved at the school system. So, you know, that's kind of being skewed towards a feminism ideology. Well, not feminism, feminine ideology. So let's look at the stats here. They say there's about 20 million children in America, and about 1 in 4 live without a father. That's perfectly fine. But this channel isn't really directed to the broad scope of America. It's primarily directed towards minorities, which we know is a far more alarming rate than 1 out of 4 growing up without a father. So usually children face unique challenges, and they're going to grow up with financial challenges and drop out of school. That's a very important fact because if you have a two-parent household, that is usually two incomes coming in. You know, someone's cooking, someone's cleaning, someone's working, someone's doing this, buying clothes, buying groceries, paying the heat, utilities, the cars. That's more income coming in. Now, when there's no man present, that's a dramatic decline of family resources. Now that's a one parent income. Now that kid won't have the right school books or the right clothing so that he or she is not being bullied in the school system. Maybe the foods won't be prepared on time. There are going to be nights of eating bologna and peanut butter and jelly. So when you remove a father out the household, that's automatically just slashing into the income deficit. And now we're looking at it that they'll drop out of school because now instead of having the encouragement of one parent, of two parents, they only have an encouragement of one. Sometimes kids need that push. Get up, wake up, go to the bus stop, go walk to school, you know, focus, do your homework. They need that push, and if it's just one parent, that parent could be at work and the kid, Lord knows what the kid is doing when that parent is at work. It states that boys from fatherless homes are more likely to be involved in a violent crime, while girls are more likely to be pregnant as teenagers. See, and the reason why I love to refer to stats is because it's not like we're just talking. This is documented research and years and years and years of these studies, multiple studies, thousands of studies that could link poverty, crime, all leads down to what? The household. When fathers aren't around to really watch over the kids, the boys could be in and out the streets, hanging out with friends, joining gangs. We see this time and time again across city to city, all over America to all over the world. Right now, the UK is having a big problem. Russia, China. There's a lot of problems with the youth when there's no male figures present. 71% of all high school dropouts come from absent fathers. 71%. Think about it. 85% of all youth in prison come from fatherless households. Households. Very shocking. And these stats, we know the stats. 90% of all homeless and runaway children come from fatherless environments. And 70% of teen suicides occur in a home where there isn't a dad. Think about it. Just let it soak in. Let these facts soak in. And now you understand why it is important to have that fatherly figure, a positive fatherly figure in the household. Sometimes in life we get caught up. We think things are too important for home. You know, that has time and time and time affected the younger kids within the household, within the community. We can't get so consumed with our daily livings that we forget about the family engagement. You know, physical presence is only a part of the equation. In many homes, the father is still on the scene, but emotionally absent, meaning the kids don't talk to the father. The father doesn't show any type of engagement with the kids, no type of teaching, no type of praying, no type of lecturing, no type of discipline. The father is literally there drinking beers, eating wings, and watching football. Let's talk about it. Everyone says, oh, have a father home. Fathers aren't teaching. Fathers aren't sitting down doing homework with these children. And it is reflected upon the children's mental health. Because the child, they could go to the guidance counselor and tell all these problems. You need to be involved on a meaningful level. Children, they thrive when they have an involved, present, up-to-date father. For example, one study revealed that teens who described their fathers as involved or highly involved were 98% more likely to graduate from college than those that had minimal father involvement. But statistics aside, even fathers with the best intentions will struggle to feel like they're consistent and efficiently there for their children. And that could be from physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So as a result, many fathers feel like they're bad parents. Yet, we don't have to be perfect. But be active, be positive. Focus on the sons and daughters so they understand who God is within. God has to be present within the household. And that has to be reflected. So, think about it. Think about how life would be if you weren't presently there with your kids, providing protection, provision, teachings, guidance, mentorship. The drastic outcome on, because these kids, they change day to day, month to month. And I always tell people, if you don't teach these kids, nobody will. Think about it. Who's going to sit there and teach the kids? Teach them what they should do, what they shouldn't do. No one's going to sit down and care besides your wife. Outside of that, no one's going to sit there and just teach your kids the rules of the way of life, how this world turns. No, it's not their job to. That's why, if you know you're out there and you have kids, say, even a phone call, a meaningful phone call, will make a big difference in these children's life. But all right, that's all we have for today. Just wanted to touch on that topic. Please just like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to grow this channel. That's what we're trying to do.